Guys, the weekend's here, and that can only mean one thing. Football's back. Premiership football is back. And we've got a massive fixture this weekend. Liverpool versus Manchester United, plus some other great games. Guys, welcome to the Sanderson show. Welcome to Football Talk, the preview. Guys, I'm going to start with the early kickoff, which is Manchester City versus Everton at the Etihad. Now, Manchester City are coming off their first loss of the season in the Premiership against Chelsea last week. And in that game, it was a bit of a back and forth affair in the first half. And in fact, City should have actually taken the lead. They actually dominated in the first half, but they just couldn't find the cutting edge. And then Chelsea scored through Kante. And then David Luiz got the goal to wrap things up. So they'll be looking to bounce back in this game. And to be honest, it's probably the worst time for Everton to play Man City. Coming off a loss, being back at home, Pep's going to get the boys rearing and ready to go. So unfortunately for Everton, I can only see one winner in this game. Manchester City are going to want to keep pace with Liverpool. They're going to want to reclaim their spot at the top of the league. And I think they're going to run out winners against Everton. So guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Are Man City going to bounce back, or is this the start of a blip for Pep Guardiola's men? Now move on to Tottenham Hotspur, who will be playing Burnley at home. Now last week they played Leicester City and they ran out 2-0 winners. Son scored an absolutely brilliant goal and then they wrapped it up with the second. And Tottenham are continuing to press forward. They had a really good result midweek against Barcelona, and they could have actually won that game had it not been for a few unlucky opportunities and missing chances. But at the same time, they could have conceded. Coutinho hit the post a couple of times, but they've looked really strong in the Premiership recently. And again, playing against Burnley, who are second from bottom at the moment, I can't see anything but a Spurs win. Burnley are leaking goals. They're not playing the same sort of football they were playing last season. And Tottenham, as I said, are just going from strength to strength. They look really solid again under Pochettino. The defence is starting to be a lot more solid. Hugo Lloris is starting to play a lot better than he was previously. And Kane's starting to score goals again. Lucas Moura, Son, Ali, they're all chipping in with goals. So I can only see one winner here, and I'm going to go for Spurs. So guys, let me know, do you think Burnley are going to pull a rabbit out of the hat and beat Tottenham, or do you think it's just going to be business as usual for Pochettino's men? Leave your comments below. Now I move on to one of the early kickoffs on Sunday, which is Brighton versus Chelsea. And again, I spoke about it slightly earlier on in this preview show. Chelsea played very, very well last week, and to beat Man City you have to play well. And Sarri really did pull off a great tactical performance. I mean, he went with a false number 9. He played Hazard as the focal point, and it did work. It worked. I mean, they got the win. They inflicted Man City's first defeat in the league. It's going to be very interesting to see how they line up in this game. Now, Brighton are very difficult to beat at home. However, Chelsea, I do think, will have too much quality. Hazard will be playing. Pedro Willian will be playing. I think they will go with a traditional number 9 up front. I'm going to go with Giroud up front. I think he seems to link play up better. He scored a great free kick in the week as well. And Morata's really low on confidence. And it seems as though Hazard plays at his best when Giroud is playing. So if you're getting the best out of Hazard, you're going to get the best out of Chelsea. So I'm going to go for a Chelsea win. I'm actually going to go maybe 3-1, I'd say. I think Brighton have got a goal in them. But yeah, I see Chelsea winning. If you disagree, let me know in the comments below. If you agree, also let me know in the comments below. The other early kickoff on Sunday is Arsenal against Southampton. Again, it should be another game for Arsenal to win. Last week against Huddersfield, they did struggle to break Huddersfield down. And once again, the main man for Arsenal, the one that has attracted all the fanfare and seems to have become an overnight favourite, is Torreira. He got the winning goal, and he does look like an absolute class act. Once again, I'm not going to compare him to Kante just yet. I think Kante's proven himself in the Premiership with 2 different clubs. He's also proven himself on the world stage with France, pretty much helping them to win the World Cup. So I'm not going to put him in that bracket yet, but if he continues to play how he's playing, he's going to be a very special player for Arsenal, and he's going to be a handful for any midfielder that's coming up against him. And I don't see Southampton again being able to break Arsenal down. They just don't have that much in their team, and they seem really disjointed. Now granted, they've got a new manager, but again, we know it takes time for things to click with a new manager and a new regime. And Southampton, for me, just don't have the firepower up top to cause Arsenal the distress and the strain that will allow Arsenal to change the way they play their game. Which, if you're going to beat Arsenal, you have to stop them playing their game. And I don't think Southampton have the capability, or the players, or the quality in their squad to be able to do that. So again, I'm going to go for an Arsenal win. Maybe 2-0, 2-1. I wouldn't be surprised if Southampton scored, because Arsenal's defence will give you chances. But I just think ultimately they'll be outgunned. Aubameyang, Lacazette if he plays. Torreira's now chipping in with goals. So I'm going to go for the Gunners. I think they'll be firing on all cylinders on Sunday. And I don't think the Saints will have an answer. So if you agree, let me know. If you disagree and you think Southampton have got a chance in this game, please let me know in the comments below. Now it's time to talk about the big one. Liverpool versus Manchester United. The two most successful British clubs in history going up against each other. And this is the fixture of the Premier League season, let's be honest. This and the reverse fixture at Old Trafford. This is the one that everyone marks out in the calendar, because you know there's always fireworks in these games. And both teams are coming off victories. Not in the Champions League, that was only Liverpool. But in the Premier League, Man United scored 4 last week against Fulham. Liverpool scored 4 against Bournemouth. And it's really difficult. I can't call this game. Liverpool are down to their bare bones when it comes to defenders as well. Matip got injured in the dying seconds against Napoli. Gomez is out. Lovren's not fully match fit. Trent Alexander might not be able to make it. Klein's not fully match fit. So Man United are playing Liverpool at a good time. However, Manchester United might be without Martial and Dalot. So it's very interesting. Pogba's not really played for the last couple of games. So it's going to be interesting to see how Manchester United line up. Are they going to go for a midfield of, let's say, Matic, Herrera and Fellaini to just try and soak up the pressure and to alleviate any pressure going on that back four? And then who starts in the back four is going to be Eric Bailly with his pace to negate the threat of Mane and Salah. There's a lot of variables that can happen in this game. And although Liverpool still aren't firing on all cylinders, Mo Salah last week, both in the Bournemouth game and the Napoli game, showed glimpses that he's getting back to his old self from last season. And if that happens, then Liverpool could be with a massive chance of winning. But at the same time, Mourinho just has this habit of breaking Liverpool hearts. We're unbeaten so far in the league, and the stage is set for Mourinho to cause an upset. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to sit on the fence with this one. I'm actually going to go for a draw. I can see us both scoring. If we score first, then we've got a very good chance of winning the game. If Manchester United score first, I think the best we can sort of hope for is a draw, because they will sit back and soak up pressure and bring in the dark arts of football, play acting, wasting time. So it's going to be a really, I think it's going to be a really tetchy game. I don't think it's going to be free flowing. I don't think Mourinho's going to want that. But I'm going to sit on the fence and go for a draw. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Liverpool win. Obviously, Man United supporters watching this will be hoping for the opposite, but time will tell. It remains to be seen what happens. So, guys, once again, let me know, who do you think is going to take the spoils? Is it going to be the Reds, the mighty Reds of Liverpool? Is it going to be the Red Devils, Manchester United, or is it going to be a draw? Will Mourinho be able to pull off a masterclass, or will Jurgen Klopp be laughing his way to another set of 3 points and staying top of the league? You let me know. And as always, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I will catch up with you again after all the games have been played, and we'll talk about them again. Have a great one, guys. Thanks for tuning in.